Hello, beautiful people, beautiful galactic star beings. I hope everyone's doing well. Yes, we can energetically align. You'll have to email me, Qzar. So I'm actually really excited. I hope you're doing well. Yes, yes, yes. I hope everyone is feeling the purification. Um, I wanted to come on because I'm seeing lots of really, really cool shifts in the collectives, and then new tools needed. So we'll go into that and new tools for galactic star beings. Okay, so I'm going to call this right now. The 6-6 gateway has opened, and it has been a beautiful experience the past few days. If you're able to see multidimensionally, if you are able to see, hear, and feel multidimensionally as a galactic star being. So I'm going to go into that just for a minute. So what is coming through as soon as I woke up today? I could feel all these energies coming up in the body. So gateways is like template wipes. Going through gateways, we have many, many template wipes. So as soon as I got up and all of the multidimensional higher versions of me said that you have to be ready for big change coming through. There's a massive wave of change, and that everything goes and everyone is going. Okay, so that's really beautiful to look at because it has to be able to happen for another tuning station of where all of us are moving to. The only thing is that um, when everything goes, you will see what is out of energetic alignment, and you'll be able to sit and to see and to feel with inside of your physical body now, as a galactic star being, what is out of alignment. So, what I heard this morning is get ready for Goddess Sekhmet's waves rolling in of purification. And that's also for all of us that are in my schools. We're about to go through a huge purification with Goddess Sekhmet for week 3. And this is our 3rd week. We'll be activating the keys of the Ankh, and that will be the keys of the Ankh, the sacred breath, the sacred heart, and the sacred light. And what is that? It means returning to light. What is that? Keep asking yourself these questions because we hold such dark energies inside of the physical body, and you do hold dark energies. Whether it is the ego will tell you that you don't, you do. Um, the dark energies is going to be the old systems, which is the wormhole systems and the black hole systems that you will have to purify for many years. And that could be all the negative thought forms. Negative thought forms coming up about people, places, things, and events. It doesn't matter. Those veils and laws are super thick. And they will be for many years until you realize to recognize the navigations, all of your ascension tools, everything that the universe is giving you. Do you truly appreciate it? Or are you sitting there just judging everything? Are you judging and bashing and destroying? This is coming up into the system. Those are wormhole systems and black hole systems. Just kind of breaking that energy down. Are you truly appreciated? I'm sorry. If you do, you truly appreciate and have deep sacred gratitude for everything in your life coming from a place of light. So, what is that? So, keep asking these questions. What is light? What is returning to light? Always keep asking those questions. How am I light? You have to kind of navigate those through all of your bodies too. It's really interesting. Just keep asking these questions. As you raise your vibrational frequency, the universe will lead you to all of the tools of ascension within inside of you to connect to your higher self, or to lead you to different practitioners, practitioners or way showers, ascension guides, and those are gifts for you. And you might not see it 100% yet. And that's okay because those are the black hole systems and the wormhole systems that you have to work through. These are the systems inside of your physical body. Everyone holds the dark energy matrices within the physical body. It's in the skeleton structure. It is as you come in to what you call the suit, the vessel, the spacesuit. Um, it's density and black particles too that you'll see on the physical body. So the darkness, and I'm going to say darkness for right now because this is the words that want me to use just for a minute, and then I'm going to say unconsciousness. So it's really just unconscious programming from the old systems and matrices and its density in the physical body. So if your ego is jumping into a defense, oh, I don't have dark energies. Yes, you do. And your higher self will show you and is going to show you for the next few years. The reason why I'm going to say this is because if you're on that defensive grid, those are what we call um, different forms of geometrics of the old framework that you have to break down, and and that could take a few years for a lot of us, because I definitely was one of them, and that has a lot to do with old energies, old ancient energies, medieval, Renaissance. The witches' trials is huge for everyone in these communities. Is massive, massive black hole network and wormhole systems that you have to work through. All the persecution, like, oh, betrayal, backstabbing energies, all kinds of yes, violence, hatred, war, destruction. There's so much there in all of these systems. And they're really, to me, not even real because we know as galactic star beings that it is a holographic experience. So if you know anything about the super quantum computer systems, you would know it's a holographic experience. And it's a super system in itself. So Mother Earth, Gaia, the universe is a super system in itself. So to be honest with you, I just feel as if that I call them more holographic inserts. And some of them you'll have to work through for many years. So it's really interesting. The reason is that I see through experience, and when I feel judgment in my body, or I feel resistance of connecting my heart to heart with others, that's how I know right there that I'm pulling something up. So I will ask, and I did ask, and I got medieval timelines, and I was shown just to get medieval swords to clear the timelines. Yes. So always start asking a lot of questions as you're purifying. So Goddess Checkmate waves rolling in is a Lyran detox, and that's going to be a Lyran detox. So all and everyone are going to be acting. You are really going to feel as if that you're not truly yourself. You're going to have all the hatred come up in your body, all the judgment come up in your body. You will have anything and everything come up in the body that is in the matrices within the physical body on a skeleton structure, because the Lyran systems and the Lyran detox that's coming in right now is it's a plasma system, and it's actually really cool. And we also have new councils coming in, beautiful new councils. We are supported by Goddess Sekhmet. We are supported by the Lyran High Councils, but the plasma and the diamond plasma always ask those questions. So crystalline and plasma, what does that mean? You can receive answers. You can receive answers with inside of you with your higher self. So always start asking questions. Um, See what matrices are going to be the star portals and stargates within your physical body. These are black hole systems and wormhole systems that could take you many years to work through, or you can choose to kind of clean up everything when you're sleeping for this incarnation, and that would be everything that earth, everything that's in the super system, that is the old matrix and the fourth dimension. So I hope this can help you. It has to cleanse and clear into the purification of the physical body. Now, this is also the cosmic voice too. So everything is a purification for you to speak your true and authentic voice, but to speak from a place of purity, not from Luciferian programming. Okay. Luciferian programming, and I'd hate saying that word, so I'm going to switch off because you'll hear Luciferian programming, and then you'll hear different frequencies throughout your journey, but that doesn't really matter. I'm going to say um, unconscious programming, old ancient energies inside the body, old energies in the physical body, the softwares and the hard drives that are still running. Now, it could take years to work through them if you don't vibrate high enough. If you vibrate higher, you could get it. You can get it done in a month. You could get it done in 2 weeks. We're bringing in templates within 1 day. We are bringing in templates within 7 days. I mean, that's how fast that we're moving. But you have to start asking your higher self questions. Is this the crystalline? You'll know because you're going to explode in light. You're going to be exploding everywhere. You're going to have solar waves and solar bursts inside of your body. You're going to sound like a sailor at anyone, people, places, things, whatever your projections are out there are going to come right out of your body. You will judge everyone. And it's very true. You're going to project. You're going to be cussing like a sailor, and you will. You won't be yourself for a while as you have the gamma explosions in your physical body. These matrices will create separation of illusions within inside of you, people, places, things, okay, and yourself. So interior, exterior. Just remember, interior, exterior, kind of like circular through Tai Chi, interior, exterior. And this is how you're going to be rolling for a long time. Lyrans want everyone to know that because we are breaking down and dissolving the 4D completely on this planet. So this is where you're going to be going, interior, exterior, interior, picking yourself apart, angry with yourself, um, whatever creations that were programmed inside of you, unworthiness, victimization energy will be like victimization energy, and then outer flow is going to be masculine distortion, so old feminine energies, and then as you move exterior, it will be pure hatred and judgment out there towards everyone else, and then whoo back in victimization energy, whoo back in. Okay, it's a circular chi flow like this. So if you pay attention to it, you won't take it personal anymore. Eventually you'll learn how to see it and start laughing. Kind of laugh and say, "Oh, I see these softwares. That's awesome." Now, this is where people get stuck in the tangible realities, is because all you guys do is see each other, right? People, places, things, and you can see all this happening. So it's all right here in your reality. It means absolutely nothing that it's going through a deconstruction and breaking down energy and dissolving. So that's where a lot of us. Um, you could say stuck, but let's just say lots of us could be there for many years and many, many years, not realizing that that's like tangible systems in a solid reality. Those are all beliefs. So everything you see out there is what you call beliefs, and those are cords and attachments. It means absolutely nothing if you could just pull away and say, okay, so I see this, I see the softwares, I can see the hard drives, and those are the old templates. Um, Dissolving the old templates, and there's many templates and many old templates that you have to dissolve and you have to work through. So if you just set the intention to work with your higher selves every day, I would like to be able to see these systems. How can I move through them faster instead of me sitting here for a few years, because I've sat in them for a few years. I still have a few coming back, but I actually know that I'm there to move those collectives and to break down the energy as a vortex within my physical body. So there's parts of me, just letting you know, a galactic star being can go in, and I think it was what, 1600 collective groups we sat and we wrapped up on the 5th. So we were able to wrap up 1,600 collective consciousness groups and at a light speed through our portal, through our vortex, through the vortex of this body, and to purify, to break energy down, and just to sit. And we can do it as galactic star beings, just walking around. We can walk around. We can have what you call the normal gateways, expansions. We can move the body. We can activate with crystals and andaras, and we can get it done at a light speed. Um, like millions and millions of years of work for the collectives and to purify through our physical body. And that has a lot to do with the diamond plasma grid systems coming fully online in the body. So we're able to clear for the collectives, and we do take this on. When you do this, and you have been doing it for a long time, especially if you're a starseed, I'm going to go into telepathy because I do want to talk to galactic star beings that are fully online on the planet that actually are hearing thoughts of others. And I'm going to go into that too, and how to work through it, because these thoughts are negative thought forms and they're not projected at you. Um, it's for you to see and to hear and to feel what is still in the collective consciousness grid system. So we're going to go into that. Um, I do want to assist others because I have been full blown telepathy, hearing all different aspects and identities of others, and the most darkest aspects too, as well. So I do want to go into this. And then the ascended self too. So dark aspects, ascended self. So being able to see all parts and to hear everything. And that's people, places. I do say people, places, things because it is people, places, things, crystals. We can telepathically connect to our beautiful crystals and andaras, and also our ascension tools, our altar tools too. Whatever it is, I mean, anything you can communicate to those systems because it's a frequency two-way communication. So I'm going to go into that, and it's been about 8 years, and that would be all in existence of anyone that was in the reality. Okay, so I want to see if I can assist others that are full-blown telepathy like me, and the inner child is definitely, the inner child is not doing well with the negative thoughts hearing from others. Okay. So the inner child has to go through like all these purification processes to be able to realize and to recognize that these beautiful souls, people, places, things, coming into our existence or field are going through purification, and that we have to honor it. And you can say that they're honoring your contract, but I'm going to go into that too. And it's not too much about honoring the contracts, because when you're a star seed and you're a galactic being here walking on the planet, we are returning to purity within inside of us too. Okay, but we actually take it seriously because we know we're galactic star beings, if that makes sense. And we can remember that this frequency is what you call a discord frequency, that this is a major distortion if we have ancient energies and dark energies still coming through our physical body, and then working through identities and aspects. Um, so not everyone will be on this pathway, and that's fine. So this will be just for the all, whoever wants to tune in, and I'll bring that back around. Um, kind of tuning into the field. We're going through a Lyran purification, which will be very intense for the collectives and all of the collective consciousness. Thank you, beautiful Kevin and Amanda and Morgan, all of our beautiful family. If you have any questions, you can type them in. Always type in, please. Any questions, and I definitely will get around to support you if there's anything coming up in your physical body that you just feel like I'm not moving through this template. Because if it feels as if like if it feels like, I call it kind of like hard, you call it blockages, I don't call it blockages. It's kind of like this brick. That's most likely a template, and I can give you some tools. If you guys ask questions, I do a lot better if you ask questions. I was sitting with a soul sister yesterday, And as I was bringing through, the Lyrans came into the space, and we're say start drawing spirals. And we're going to draw spirals today because the collective grid in the fourth dimension is about to go through a really big breaking down energy, breaking down energy and dissolving, old templates. So going more into the templates again, and it's going to be so massive in all collective grids on the planet that everyone will have the deepest purification, and they most likely are all going to go into destruction. Goddess Sekhmet. Destruction, and all pretty much all going to destroy each other. And I don't want to project this into the field, but that's fine. Destruction, destroy, all tearing each other apart, battling, pointing the finger at everyone, pointing and blaming. And that's exactly what's going to come up in the collective grid, because it has to. And those are your roles if it is you. And those are your roles in the collective grid to work through these templates. And it's a high contract, whether it is that you can see it or not. It's a massive, massive, massive contract, whether we can see it or not. It's a deep purification of unconscious programming, and it's going to get higher and higher as higher and higher we go. It's only going to accelerate. You're just going to feel as if it'll accelerate out of the body, and then you'll go back to oneness. Accelerate out of the body and go back to oneness, and that's it. So it's a beautiful process and a spiral process. The ones that hold the contracts, and I call them the keys and the key codes to clearing the templates and the collective grids on the planet and the universe. You're actually clearing for the universe. And all in those systems in the fourth dimension. That's fine. I can't even find it. We'll have to draw a new one. That's a spiral system. And then you will spiral up, and then you'll spiral back in, spiral up, spiral back in. And it holds a purpose to clear the collective templates. So it's going to be destruction. Definitely destruction is what I see. Now, destruction of inner, which is good, because destruction, it's all in how you look at it. The fire breath of Kali is totally activated right now, and the fire breath of Kali. So that's powerful, right? Fire breath of Kali and goddess Sekhmet in the Morgan. Yes. These are waves coming in order to distraction is dissolving. It's breaking everything down in the templates in the 4D. So those that hold the contracts in the 4D, and all of us still do, in the physical body, it's just when you return to pure love inside of you and your galactic star being, we know how to return to love. We don't sit there and hold on to everything. And everything we see, we know that that is just a separation grid in the 4D to keep us separated from people, places, things, and ourselves. And to keep us separated from the highest light that we are. That's fine. Or original consciousness. But I'm going to say galactic star being consciousness. So I'm going to have to come in. Listen to galactic star being consciousness, and what is that? Because if you're definitely aligned to our channels, you have to be a starseed galactic being. So you would know that you are definitely a beautiful galactic star being, or elemental. So 4D, and then going up. So you go into the new earth, and those are going to be your gateways. You have millions of gateways coming in, millions of new doorways coming in with this system. So there's dragon energy too, but the dragon energy is going to be more of the stabilizer and the harmonizer. That's going to be the harmonization that we all need in order for us not to completely completely blow open, right? Okay, so in the 4D templates, there is many of us that know how to ride this wave, and we've been doing it for a while. So we can see it with inside of us that it's only us, and that's it. It has nothing to do with others. We don't hold negative thought forms towards people, and we do not. Our thoughts are pure and clean, and that can take many years. So it's a 0 point, no systems here in the head. Okay? So meaning, um, energetic, it's like, it's an energetic self-mastery that we mastered, okay? So we can navigate this. Now, there could be parts of the vortex that is still left over. Those of you that are galactic star beings and that are pure love, and you are beautiful, pure love and crystal children that I do tune into, that email me and connect to me. How to navigate this, but how to be a space holder in the universe, and what does that mean? Pure love frequency. We hold pure love in our body. Now, there's different parts of our body that will not hold pure love, because if you are yeah, if you're almost 40 like me, you would know that there's definitely still identities and aspects with inside of the physical body. Hello, the liver has a consciousness, everything does. Gallbladder has a conscious, liver is hilarious to clear. Um, we hold aspects and identities is what you call dark, but it's not really. It's a part of the black hole systems and wormhole systems of those matrices that is a program system, is what I call the operator, and that's most likely going to be on the right side of the body. So that's fine. And that was what you would call the divine masculine distortions. So we can see it and see all the aspects and identities coming up and going, oh, that's amazing. That's cool. Sitting there, seeing everything come up when you are connecting, and you are connecting with people, places, and things. You can see everything. You're connecting to the universe. You're outside. Let's say you're just laying in your star pad and you're meditating, meditation, or just relaxing, tuning into your higher self, and you can see these systems still running, and they're systems and frequencies. So identities and aspects and personalities are frequencies. You can easily see them and start to move them out. If it's a template, like a brick, and that's going to be for the collective grid, in the 4D, and that's the whole planet and universe, actually, because we're pretty much beyond universal and multiverse. I usually clear through the multiverses. I just say multiverse or the infinity verse, or the omega verses. And the reason why actually, saying this, because it will kind of feel like you're like a brick, but that brick is the templates that you're dissolving. I'm going to call it a brick for right now. um, that is the frequency system that is still riding in the physical body. So don't take that personal. Please do not take it personal when you see it. Now others could probably see it too, and that's cool, because they hold that frequency inside of them. And if you go into defensiveness, and I always say this, if you're in defensiveness, you're clearing for defensiveness for another few years, and you will be. So I was like, if you can't recognize and to see that the 4D is a mirror system, and it is, so mirror, hello, mirror system. Okay, mirror system. Get a mirror and sit in front of the mirror until you recognize that every person that comes to you right now, because you're still in the 4D system, people, places, things, is a mirror. Now you can learn how to, and I did receive this from Lisa Transcendence Brown, so I am going to bring this in because I don't know how until we find another way to say it. But um, I heard when I was connecting, just connecting into my universal soul, we always usually go right back to Lisa, because Lisa is pretty much the most highest vibrational, well, I'm going to say the most highest frequency to tune into that we possibly could for a relief. But not like the ego, but like kind of like a relief and a release of frequencies. Um, so kind of tuning into to Lisa Transcendence Brown, she said, just step out of the mirror. The mirror is not your mirror anymore. So you can get a mirror and you can learn how to look at it. And that's fun, because that was hilarious yesterday. We're definitely back in the 4D purification. And then you can learn how to step out of the, and just say you're not my mirror anymore to people, places, things, right? But if you're holding on to these energies and you have attachments and cords, you'll have to keep working with it. And that's people, places, things. So I was like, this is the Akashic records that you're clearing. So anyone that holds the defensiveness systems, that could possibly, because I was there too, that is a part of the black hole system networks and the wormhole systems in the physical body. And that's what I'm going to use right now. Different networks of old templates, old etheric templates. So when the defensiveness could take about 5 to 6 years of purification because of the light grid, and it has to do with your crystalline light. It has to do with the crystalline light in your physical body. Okay, so it's the crystalline light, it's the carbon systems in the physical body, it's your crystalline light grid, it's your instrument inside of your physical body does not hold enough light yet. When you hold enough light, you'll go right back into oneness. You can see it, hear it, feel it. You can see, oh, I'm being defensive. Cool. That's still there. Where is it in my physical body? And kind of tune into that. Or you can just see it. Usually I'll be like, oh, well, that's cool. I still have defensive frequencies coming in, or clearing for the collectives or defensive collective grid, and you can move it out. Now, during my experience, that took many purifications and big heart. And once the heart fully opens, it's gone. So it was more. It took to experience, and I had to experience what you call a near-death experience. It's not really experience. That's been in every life that was a discord frequency or was not the highest for me to move out. Okay, at a light speed, it was once fully open. If you the near death, death is death, but it didn't hold that you go through the so that will mostly all continue like up, dissolving. When I feel in detail and is open and tent body, but I'm going to tight frequencies, breaking dissolving support and the um, support is within side of the physical body. Okay. You're not too exterior. The if you out, if spinning it sometimes. Um, like the visual, anything that has to do with separation, duality, saw is that they're just about to go through a big destroy target. Okay, so I hear Metallica in head. That means to go into seek and destroy, seek out, destroy you, battle. Whew. Okay, so medieval, Renaissance, old energies. Else is black hole that has nothing to do with witches. nothing to do with witches, but that's okay. Go deeper, go a lot deeper. Go deeper, 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 deeper. Go deeper on that one. Because it seems like only everybody, when I tune into the field, still they're not getting it yet, and they won't get it for a while, and it's okay because I didn't get it either, and then eventually I got it. I got it very fast at light speed. They only see from a flat piece of paper, and that's all that it is. Eventually, once you open up your heart, you'll be able to see the networks, the wormhole systems that you have to purify in your physical body and the collective grid. For some reason, they only focus on the hologram, and that's what I call the holographic insert that will keep you in that illusion for a long time. So persecution, and that's definitely coming up. So you come into this space, and this is all part of the hologram, the black hole systems, the wormhole systems. It's all created for you to look deeper and deeper within, but it's actually a powerful creation of source if you actually tune into it. It is a really beautiful symphony, a beautiful symphony, a beautiful, beautiful symphony, like an orchestra, bringing everyone back into full harmony and back into the heart, unifying the heart symphony. And so that's where the spiral comes from. I know you guys can't see it, but I'll show it. So it's a spiral system. If you just go and draw a spiral, and you can break up the dimensions if you want to, or the portals. The portal systems that we are in. Now, these portal systems are actual, what we call conscious projects as directors. Okay. Directors, galactic star beings that know once you fully come online and you fully come fully online, those that are, and this is for directors, the directors of the systems of the rehabilitation Stargate councils, when you are the directors, not walking in, some of us walk in, but when you are the directors of the whole rehab system of this planet, okay, and then other planets, and that's what we do. We rehabilitate planets. Once we come in here, we're actually here on an experience, so a beautiful experience with Mother Earth. Once you remember your soul agreements coming in here and what you were going to do, once we knew we were coming fully online, we knew we were going to return to what you call the galactic human fully. We already knew that. And we knew we could stand here and we can work off planet. We can, what you call, go to sleep. We don't go to sleep, we go off planet. We can move in and out of our Stargate. Once we fully come online as the directors, I can stand right here and I can look at other planets that I'm working on in this universe and different universal systems. The multiverse, we'll just say the multiverse, the Omegaverses, there's like millions and trillions and beyond what you can imagine universes, and we can work in all of those systems. So we knew we were going to return to the galactic star being, okay, and we'll be able to do whatever we have to do here on the planet. And coming fully online. So those that are directors of what we call the conscious projects. The conscious projects is a rehabilitation system of this setup. The portals and dimensions are set up. They're set up for the rehabilitation of the species here on the planet. And that's all species within all dimensions. See, I don't split the Earth grid anymore, and I don't. So a lot of people focus more on the inner Earth, and yeah, it's fine. Lyra and say the higher Earth when council's coming in for us, but I don't resonate with splitting it because to me it's just all one when I'm working through it. So when I say all species, and then the ones that are directors of the rehabilitation system of the universe, because we're here too. we're here too as well. We make sure we have to go, and we're pretty much monitoring the whole universe because it's huge. The networks, everything that Source created, Source did create this system in a sense. It's interesting everything we have to sit there and look at. We won't go into that today. Um, so kind of draw a spiral system, and you would just circle 4D. Um, horizontally, circle 5D, okay, circle 7D, and then I would like for you to circle 9D, okay? And we'll do 9D, you could do 12D, you could keep going, it doesn't matter. I mean, you can have like a huge map if you want to. Yes, and that's one I'm gonna get back to that question. So I would like for you, just to be able just to be able to draw a spiral system and kind of just, section off the dimensions. I guess this will be a class, and that's fine. So I guess we're going into a class, but it's the only way I can. So section them off, and I'm going to be the director coming in, and I'm going to talk to you today. So hello. Then I'm going to tell you what's really going on and what the inner child is not going to be okay with when your galactic star being coming fully online. We've got to go into how we're going to nurture our inner child for a while. Okay. Um, so 4D, 3D, we're way past that. 4D is a beautiful little platform for you guys to resolve all of the ancient energies in your physical body. So, medieval and Renaissance. Now, those are all programmed into the super system of discord frequencies and dense energies. Those of you that are galactic travelers, or those of you that have experience living in the Renaissance, you would know that it was harmony. Okay, so it's programmed. Where did you get it from? Most likely history books, right? Okay. And so we know it's a program. So let's break this down today. It's a holographic insert to keep you in separation. So cool. So we can see that coming up today too as well. Now, these holograms in the super system and everything that you experienced, you can experience to clear for the collective consciousness and to clear for the collective grids within inside of your physical body. Now there's parts of you that are not going to be okay with it, and that's okay. It's fine. It doesn't really matter in the space today. The creations are very real to the soul. So it does matter. Yes, that's fine. That would be a good shirt. Your soul does matter. So your soul does matter even if it is a holographic hologram. If it's a holographic hologram insert, and I'm not going to use the word false because I have to I'm connecting to the light field. Yeah, to the universe. Just give me something that doesn't have duality today because this is going to be really huge in the next 3 weeks. Um, these are hologram program systems that are very easy just to program into the system. So it is very real for the soul, and the soul does matter. Okay? So you do have to love yourself, and to honor yourself, to be kind to yourself, okay? Because your soul does matter, your pain bodies do matter, and your trauma does matter with the creations of these systems and networks and frequencies that are running inside of your body. Um, Even if you're pulling up the ancient holograms in your body, the black hole system networks that are programmed, and they are programmed, medieval systems and Renaissance systems, and what I call the witches' trial systems. And we can keep going. War, destruction, abuse, and that's coming up huge, and that's not tolerated in the fifth dimension. So narcissism and abuse is not tolerated in the fifth dimension at all. So you'll have to purify. It could be for many years, and we're still purifying those identities and aspects too in the physical body because it's in the organs, Not too much in the nervous system anymore, but it's definitely in the organs and skeleton structures and all different types of structures in the physical body, and then your energy bodies too as well. So abuse, all different types of abuse is also coming up, and it's not just humans because it's not just human intelligence. Okay, so you would know the 4D is a platform. As a director, that's for everyone to be able to break up energy, to break up the energy, to dissolve, to deactivate, to dismantle. These collective grids are going to amp up and to amp up and to amp up for many years. They have to. So you don't have to be a part of this unless you're a galactic star being, where you can go into the collective grid and you can purify through your physical body, through the crystals in your body, to kind of make it easier to lighten everybody's load, in a sense. I'm going to say lighten the load a little bit if you want. And to be able to clear through the purification bodies. Some of you are contracted there, and you're contracted there because I always say you're on a mission within a mission within a mission, not seeing your mission. Okay. And that's because you have to be there. And once you expand, you'll realize that you are a part of assisting the formations of the crystalline light grid go through an upgrade. So the 4D can go through an upgrade, and that's going to be aspects of self too. Everyone has a 4D, and a beautiful 4D too as well, with lots of experience here on the planet. The most beautiful fourth dimensional beings, and all of you guys are beautiful 4D beings too. So you can put yourself through an upgrade and to upgrade to the fifth dimension. Now, you can ask for the light codes and the new codes, the solar codes to come in order for you to upgrade the 4D higher version of you, work through the crystalline grid work. But if you're contracted to these platforms and you are contracted there, you really are kind of tuning and toning as like an energy tuner, tuning and toning that big platform. You're doing so much beautiful expansion work. So you can always upgrade the 4D, and you are kind of navigating back and forth. And right now we're going back into the templates, and to be able to break up the templates, deactivate the templates, dissolve the templates, dismantle the templates. You can work with your 4D self and to upgrade and to bring in codes, to bring in different codes. Um, and to bring in codes and light codes, like I said, solar light codes, and then you can go in and tune and tone the 4D platforms and collective grid systems too as well. You have to purify the whole system, and it's the physical body that goes through the purification, and there's many different systems of expansion in this space. So you will expand. As you hold more light, you are going to hold more light. Photonic light expansion is expansion in the body, meaning your body actually expands. So everything will always be all over the place with the physical body, tuning and toning to a higher frequency, and that's fine. But if you have these contracts and these collective grids, eventually you want to kind of tune into your higher self and to see, do I have contracts here? So what can I do now? Can I upgrade to the fifth dimension? Of course you can. You can keep going all the way up. You can upgrade your whole physical body, and then you can work through the grids. Once your higher self, highest version of you, or use your multidimensional use, will tell you when that contract is completed, and that could be overnight because that's how fast we're moving. So you don't have to have those contracts. There'll be new ones coming in to tune and tone this grid in order to upgrade the system and to upgrade everyone within the 4D platforms. um, Moving up, yes, and there's a lot of ascension. So in order for them to move into the higher dimensions, into the 5D, the 7D, and the 12D platforms, which is a part of what we call the conscious projects of the universe, I guess we'll say that, conscious projects of this planet, of the universe. So we talk about New Earth conscious projects. It really is the universe, universal New Earth conscious projects for this planet. Um, in the 4D, a lot of people are going to be ascending out of the body and out of the body, and they'll send out of the body, and they're going into these platforms, and they're going into the higher earth platforms. So they will not be having a physical experience here, and you could be seeing this a lot too. If you go up, the next platform is the next New Earth Conscious Project, which will be the fifth dimension. And that's another universal project rehabilitation system. So the rehabilitation system has been for a long time, actually. That's okay. Years don't matter anymore. Um, the the fifth dimensional platform is a rehabilitation system. It's a universal rehabilitation system for this planet. Okay, so it is us that are here. Hello, directors, and we are here. Having an awesome experience, and now we're really observing everything right now. And we are definitely in council meetings all the time, too. So 5D rehabilitation systems is the new Earth conscious projects, and we'll say, just for you to know, you guys are all, this whole planet and universe is in a rehabilitation system. Okay. All right. Move up. 7D. So you can upgrade the 5D, you can jump to the 12D and stay there, and you can just program it. So it's really simple if you can learn how to program your vehicle of light. And I'll have a book out soon to teach you guys how to program. It should be out soon, probably by the end of the year. I think I'm gonna make it a little pocketbook, but you're my family, so you guys just tell me, do you want it to be a small little pocketbook that you can just carry it around and put it in your pocket? Because I can get them made small that you can carry them around. So you'll have to email me, or we'll do a vote as community. As a community, if you want them as a little pocket programmer book that will teach you how to program your universal quantum computer system. You can walk around and learn how to collapse your timelines with the book, and collapse timelines, reset, readjust the grid systems, and start programming your reality, and just carry a little book. So if you want a little book, I was seeing everybody with a little book, like a little tiny book, and it'll have all the programs. You can make up your own, but I'm just going to assist you with just getting it there, right? Because we'll probably need it, especially if you're living in New York. Can you imagine? And I'll have all the clearings and all kinds of cool stuff there. Like, just going, you're living in major cities, you're definitely gonna need that little pocketbook as you're traveling, or if you're traveling. But that's actually what I see. Okay, so you can upgrade to the 7D by bringing new codes. So just remember, bringing the new 7D codes. 9D codes, you can bring in 12D codes, and you can keep going. So just go as high as you want to. I have a template system that we upgrade everyone on. It's a 222 dimensional grid system with the Andaraian systems right now, and that's the Andaras. So you can keep going, and keep just just yeah, just kind of keep upgrading to the multiverse, whatever you feel. So there's no limitations. As soon as you see, if you let's say, like, you wake up in the morning and you turn on your YouTube, because that's how we all exist at this point, is that we're looking for something to keep us in the fifth dimension or the seventh dimension. You go and you turn on the YouTube, and this person is saying that there's, and it doesn't really matter, but I'm just saying the YouTube channel is the super system, yes. The vehicle of light is showing you what dimension that you woke up in. Okay. So the vehicle of light will show you what dimension that you woke up in. And as you turn it on, you will um you will see someone saying, "Oh, there's only a 12 chakra system and 12 strands, and that's it." Okay, so you're in the fourth dimension. So, and it's the vehicle of light when you wake up will show you what dimension you're in, and that's okay. So if you see it, you go, "Okay, so I'm in the limited dimension." So that's the 4D. And you say, "Cool, bring in the new codes in order for me to shift this energy out of my body." Um, Are the wormhole systems connected with the black star? That's just one system. that is running. So yes, but there's multiple systems when you tune in. So just ask your higher self to show you the other systems that are running. Now all of this will have to be inside of you. And I love being with people. And I do, because each each human species, and all species too, but I do love being with others. People, places, things, and I'll tell you why. Because each being on this planet is like a universal system. It's a universe within itself, but it's also a multiverse. So when I sit with others and I tune in and I listen to the words that they transmit, which is the softwares, and also the words up here is the thought forms, the systems of the. When I sit with them, I see their ascended self, which is so beautiful because I can always see the light in all of the beings. And then I can sit and I can see what collective network, wormhole system, grid system, and black hole system that I'm sitting here working in. So it's really good just to be the observer. The inner child, most likely, the inner child is going to have to really navigate this for a long time, because it's not always going to be the highest for the heart of your inner child. Okay, especially when you can hear the thoughts. So we're going to go into that. So just it's a rehabilitation universal system, what we call universal conscious projects in this universe, in order to rehabilitate the system, rehabilitate the planet, and then rehabilitate the universe. So we are the universal directors. When you come fully online, you'll remember who you are completely. And I went pretty fast, so about 10 years almost. So I think that's beautiful. And you'll have to kind of navigate the drops too. Now we're going to go into telepathy. Gasanti Oshanti Unokusanti Usanti Nakata. Okay. Um Lots of us most likely are experiencing massive expansions of telepathy with others, and I'm going to tell you why. Okay. Um when you connect your heart to others, if you're working in groups like this or just the collective grid, um, there's a really good book called Coming Home to Lemuria, and I'll put that up here. Tuning into Coming Home to Lemuria. And it really goes into beautiful description of the Lemurians that are here, and we are here too, right? But we're all of them. We're all of everything. What happens when you come into groups, which you are activating, but most likely when you come into groups, you're going to pull up all of the dark, I call it dark energy. You're going to pull up anything and everything to keep you separated from people, places, things. Okay. And those are where the veils are super thick. So whatever it is that you see is only a frequency that you're running inside of your body, and it's actually you just looking at you. Okay. So this is important. So you would know you're still in the 4D when you are having this frequency running. You looking at you. You looking at you. Only you looking at you. And it's in your physical body. And it's very true. You will not see it for many years because you don't hold enough light yet into the crystal grid of the body. And that's something that I realized because I'll always ask questions. And this is just through our experience, and I'm going to say our experience, you won't see anything truly yet because the light in the grid hasn't fully amplified and came online. So if you told me this 5 years ago, or maybe even 2 years ago, 7 years ago, or 3 years ago, I probably would have said the F word. And I don't use those words anymore. Okay. Those are negative thought forms. Those are black hole systems and wormhole systems. And if you do, it's okay. You can upgrade them, and it doesn't matter because there's an upgrade of it. But I would have. If I would have came to me, I would have probably said the same thing. I would have been a sailor. I would have been pulling up all kinds of ancient energy and dark energy, spewing at my own self. You're just looking at you anyways, because Source would just tell you that. If you ever have long conversations with Source, Source would just say, you are just looking at you, and that's it. And then I don't think I'd ever say the F word to Source. I probably would say, well, that's cool, right? So when human to human intelligence and human to human connect to each other, that's the ancient energy distortion where human to human don't want to hear what other human has to say, but we'll hear what God consciousness has to say, or the universe has to say, or Source. You know why? I'll tell you why. Okay. I'll tell you why. So who would know why? So just look within. Why would a human to human, like me talking to you and explaining this to you, why would you probably say whatever, dark energy, dense energy? So think about this for a second. Why? But if Source comes to you and says, I'm going to open you and expand you, or Source just sends a light frequency through your body and through your heart center and says, I'm going to show you, this right now. Okay. I'm going to show you why that your physical body doesn't hold enough light yet. The Source will show you this. So you would most likely listen to the light of Source. And I'll tell you why, is because Source is a higher frequency. And the human vessel to vessel is still clearing density and distorted and holds ancient energy, which is unconscious programming. So that's the reason why it's all just Sparta Wars. You'll be clearing for that too. And it's never in the face either, which is funny. It'll never be face to face. You know why? That's another black hole system. And it is another black hole system. So you'll be walking away and just spewing it out and solar flaring it and gamma. You know why? Because that's another black hole system that you do not speak your true and authentic voice. So guess what you do? We put the energy right back into our body and we have to resolve it 10 years later. So it's a wild experience. So then the solar flares come in, the massive solar flares, and guess what? You won't have a choice because your higher self is the director of your body. And your higher self is going to play out the biggest show for you to have your voice back. Yes, for Ursula to give Ariel her voice back. There you go. And to be able to bring that voice fully online and everyone goes, because guess what? You're going to the fifth dimension. Dun, dun, and you'll hear the rainbows and everything. It's going to be this huge scene, and then you'll be onward with your higher self. So that's another black hole system and wormhole system that you have to work through so much. So if you the human exchange, especially when you have gamma flares activating, just kind of think about everything we just said. Now, when Source, that's why you should just be with Source for a few years. Um, Source will teach you a lot when you're ready to be expanded. But human to human exchange, it's the density in the body. You're just triggering each other. You'll just sit there and trigger awesome solar flare expansions, right? It's interesting. Okay, so going back to our beautiful galactic star beams, our star seeds, do not take it personal if you are fully activated and fully blown open reading everybody's mind. Okay? Because you're going to read everything in a 360 degree all systems, all identities and aspects, and you can see right in front of you on your screen everything that they're projecting into your field. Okay? And it gets really bizarre. The reason why I'm going to say this is because when you come into spaces and groups, and this is people, places, things, you are connecting, all of you guys are connecting your beautiful higher selves together. You're connecting your energy bodies together. Your beautiful energy bodies together. So guess what? The most advanced one of yous in your circle, or people, places, things, okay? In the crown centers, this is why if you are in a field, and that's, I say people, places, thing, because it's the Akashic records that you're in. People, it's energies and thoughts. You're up here, and if you all are coming together, and this is for many years, you guys, not just your awakening, family, friends, soul family, you guys are all connecting your crowns together like this, and your energy bodies. Well, guess what? You're going to hear each other through all time and space, and all spaces and time, and all spaces. So, guess what? All of you guys, and that's the Lyras, are going to be purifying through a beautiful dolphin wave for a long time. Your physical body. Is that until you recognize and you can realize that you guys are on a dolphin wave, purifying and connecting, and everything is coming out so you can hear all of your thoughts. And as you become the galactic star being, you literally can be right there in the surround sound in the Akasha records and hearing everything. Okay, so this has been 8 years for me, so I'm only going to speak through experience. And it only gets louder and louder. Okay? So remember to speak your true and authentic voice from a place of purity. Always. Especially if you are the one that is in the black hole systems and the wormhole systems and not speaking your cosmic voice yet. See how you can release in nature. How can you go into step into nature? How can you release somewhere in a place of purity? And then how can you just sit there very nicely and say that these frequencies do not resonate with me anymore? I'm going to release the cords and the attachments, and I'm going to move out of these timelines. And you can say it in a place of purity and learning how to speak your true and authentic voice. And what does that mean? So when you start to speak your true and authentic voice, you can say, this doesn't resonate with me anymore. And that's a beautiful frequency. You can also say that our contracts and our soul contracts are completed, and that I'm wrapping our contracts up paid in full. And you do have to say this face to face to people. Okay? Somewhat, not really anymore. Most of the time you'll do it naturally and vibrate out of the timelines. So it's a frequency vibrational system, and you will vibrate out. So see if you can master this too. I'm going to kind of go into some ways, because it's been about 8 years where I have to sit here and listen to all transmissions in the physical body, and I just started doing service work of what you call clients. I think only for about 4 years. I've worked with over hundreds of people, and I've worked with over about hundreds of people at this point. Um, and it's only been 4 years, but I was doing service work way before, and some awesome, awesome service work, connecting to some beautiful souls on a totally different level, and cleansing and clearing the 4D. But I would have to listen to all of their transmissions. So right now, telepathy is a frequency communication, and it's a gift being given back to you. So that's a gift that's being given back to you. Yes. It's an actual gift for you to have. You always had it, but it's going to get louder and louder. It's a gift being given back to you, which is two-way communication and frequency communication. So you can become the galactic star being again, and to be able to unify and to harmonize with your Lemuria, your Lemuria soul family again. And hopefully you wake up and recognize that too. Because it took me a while to wake up inside of me to recognize that too, as well. Um, and it takes time, but we're all here from Lemuria, from different civilizations and ancient civilizations, and maybe not from different universes. Maybe some of us are from different universes and multiverses, kind of taking a swim in and a swim out. That can happen. And then kind of just swimming in through the gates and swimming out. A lot of us are just very ancient, but we are the Lemuria soul family too, that is connected through the crown centers. So if you are hearing and it's in yes, and it's hearing thoughts of others being a star being, it's going to get very loud right now because it's your gifted abilities coming fully online. Now your inner child is not going to be okay when somebody's transmitting the F word at you through your projection screen. Okay? Um or other stuff too, right? So it's really interesting, especially if your galactic star being way short and telling people that you are telepathic. That's interesting too. So just letting you know, but you got to be your true and authentic self. Um, you have to kind of sit there and to tune into these energies. And the best thing I can tell you for you that it'll get only amplify these abilities coming in. Amplify, symphony. Um, to see if you can communicate to your inner child and just realize that they are just where they're at and that their energy is their energy, or just say that's cool. They're purifying some awesome energy. That might help. And then it will help your inner child to remember that they're purifying some awesome energies. If you are a galactic star being, when you are in others' fields, okay, because this will happen, you will become more of a frequency antenna. Your antennas get very large, and I know you're out there, so I'll be talking to the ones that have large antennas coming to me. Um, the large antennas are everywhere in the whole body because you are connected. Most likely, we're the universals that are connecting all of the Lemurias and all of the beautiful waves of souls here that are on the planet. So we have massive antennas. Um, those antennas come out of the body. If you can just say and to see that they're just releasing, it might be able to assist your inner child, especially with the currents coming into the heart center. And then you have to just learn how to amplify your field outwards and to hold your light field. Yes, it's fine. And to hold your light field outwards. There's a few crystals, especially when you can hear those transmissions, or just walking around, going into the grocery store, going for walks, um, just kind of doing errands, doing your everyday. You might be like us, where we're going to go more into galactic circles and have more of us connect together in galactic circles. So we'll need a few new tools. We had a good round, beautiful. It was a beautiful expansion time, but we do know we'll probably need more clear crystals. Um, um, so maybe more softs or something is what we see. So kind of working with the crystals and to be able to see that there'll have to be maybe just a new system. So pink crystals and then yellow. This one's beautiful. And this is an angel aura quartz. Okay. This actually is from one of my beautiful families. Here. And this really works. They tune you. So they do tune kind of like the frequencies and we'll kind of tune the frequencies maybe to the 5D. You can tune the frequencies back into harmony anything that you feel coming in. So it will tune and to stabilize more harmony systems. And I like this one, and then white. Different white crystals. I don't really do grounding crystals, so I see more white purity crystals, and you can kind of just hold them and tune in and tune your frequency, because you have to see whatever you see transmitting, especially if it's like cussing like a sailor. That definitely was me for many years. So that's definitely my frequency coming in. That might be able to help you. Anything that is a transmission is just the 4D, what they call the mirror effect, and that will just be a system of a frequency to see the discords in the physical body. So it might be able to assist you. Now, that's not always going to be true at all. Once you become the galactic star being, you just are the star being. The embodiments and all the embodiments of the galactic DNA, there is a certain point where you can sit there and you can in the field of with your brothers and sisters or people, places, things, and you can sit in the energies as a galactic star being, and you have no triggers in the physical body. So you want to be able to see how you can work through your triggers and not to take things personal. Star children, galactic children vibrate, we vibrate very high, which means the ego and the operator on the right side of the brain will always come into the space as soon as we are completed with our light exchange. Okay. So always remember that too. When you are a space holder and you are holding space as a galactic star being, there's a difference when you're holding space, right? Because if you're a healer or you've done community group meditations and you have done virtual meditations or retreats, um, if you're holding space, you would know everyone's just releasing, right, from a place of purity. So we get that. But if you're a galactic star being and you actually can hear all their thoughts and to hear all of their thoughts like 24/7, amplifying and very loudly in your Akashic record, that's a whole nother way of navigation of mastery of holding space, right? So that's a little bit different. Like, yes, I'm holding space, but when your crown is amplified up here with all the systems running, all the identities, all the aspects, the ascended self, which the ascended self is going, thank you so much, and oh, it's okay. Kind of, and then all the ego systems, all these systems in the field very loudly. That's a totally different ball game of mastery. So I hope this is able to assist anybody. Any transmissions that you see, most likely just for a little while, not for very long. When your heart is fully open, as a galactic being, we can hold space and we can hear all of those transmissions that are running because it's a collective consciousness grid, and it can be multiple collective consciousness grids at the same time. So it doesn't matter what's transmitting out of people, places, and things. It's the transmission of the discord frequency of what you are transmuting. So white crystals are really good energy tuners, and you can kind of carry them around. Lemurian seeds, but it seems like lots of white frequencies is what was shown to me, and this is the um, angelic aura quartz. For Andaras, yellows and pinks and clear, and and blues, like baby blues, and seeing if you can carry those around. If you're amplifying as a galactic star being, you're amplifying in what you call telepathy, where you're hearing thoughts, um, or you're hearing thought patterns, energetic patterns, and you'll hear all identities and aspects. You will see their all. Oh, that's really gets really weird. You'll be able to see all of their identities and aspects, and also what is it called again? Alter ego. And if you see the alter ego in the physical body, you have to you do have to see and to ask your higher self how to navigate those contracts. Just remember that, because if you there's a difference when you see the alter ego kind of outside of the body, because that means they've done work. When you see alter egos in the physical body, that's different. Um, and it's not coming from a place of light and dark and fear. You would have to ask your higher self, so how do I navigate this contract? And then you can get new codes in to navigate that one. Um, and these are all aspects that are running. The reason why you're seeing this is because you are going to upgrade. You exchange key codes and you exchange codes to upgrade each other for a big purification system. So hopefully that will be able to assist you if you really start to see some wild dimensions within other people. And I call them wild dimensions because I want to use different words in order to kind of shift the consciousness systems. So if you use different crystals, you are the crystals, or you could just communicate to your crystals in your body to be able to kind of harmonize, to tune the field. The crystals in your vehicle of light to harmonize into harmonize and to shift the consciousness or shift the portals of the dimensional grid that you are in, seeing how you can shift it. Now, everyone has to release in their own space, and it really doesn't matter how it is that they release. Um, if you're in a space and you're standing in a space with someone who holds a lot of negative thought forms, most likely they can come into this space, but they don't exist in the space anymore. Okay, so it could be like year to year they come in, because it's a soul agreement or a soul contract. So year to year they can come in, maybe, or it was just that one exchange. So just remember that too, and that is people, places, and things, because things also have energy and thought patterns from collective grids and collective consciousness too. So, soul to soul connection is actually really beautiful. If you look at it from a higher view, if you're standing in the field and you can see, hear, and feel all the negative thought forms is the opposite of the crystalline, pure grids within inside the physical body. So that's always going to be the opposite, um, and always will. Negative thought forms and judgment and hatred, battling and deceit, deceitful energies, anyone that holds those frequencies, they could come in for that exchange in the physical, and then departure. So fully, you are fully in control of your reality. You just don't realize it yet. The only thing is that you'll be clearing for different systems, medieval, Renaissance, which, remember, it's just a program. So it's just, remember, it's a program hologram of distorted frequencies, discord frequencies, and corruption codes. As you work through the wormhole systems and the black hole systems, as you work through these systems, you will start to bring in new codes, new light. You'll be able to get your voice back online. You'll be able to speak from a place of love and purity and your true and authentic self. You'll actually be able to say no to people. If you can't say no to people right now, you would know that you're still clearing lots and lots of old energy out of your body. Seeing every day if you can bring in new codes, okay, new codes, new templates, and to see if you can tune and tone and to work on you, activate the crystalline purity body, and always ask your higher self as you're going within, what is that? Okay, always ask these frequencies, what is that? Always show me what purity is. Show me what it truly is, because we can speak these words and we can speak all of this, but it means absolutely nothing if the full body is not completely conscious, or all parts of you, your soul consciousness, fully can resonate with this. I know what purity is, or light, or whatever comes to you. And it can take many years in order for us to go through many gateways and many templates, many new codes to be able to pull everything back together. So it is like getting all the fragment backs and all the soul fragment pieces back across all time and space and all spaces and time. So just kind of see how you can kind of put all parts of you back together. The crystalline grid is a pure grid. So, like I said, speaking, negative speaking is your throat chakra clearing. Okay, when you're speaking judgment and you're cussing like a sailor, and you have all these parasites coming up out of your body because you will. All this narcissistic behavior is all clearing right here. So it will clear when you're belittling people and making fun of people right here. You're clearing all this vortex for many years. So most likely this is what you saw in front of your face somewhere. Either you saw it because it's programmed here, but it's actually programmed here. So it could be television, it could be from a time and space. It definitely, I don't think, will be past life and previous life because this program, not even, it's definitely not even 100 years. I'm going to say this program is probably about 50 years, probably about 70 years of that parasite programming. And that's belittling, narcissism, making fun of people, um, kind of like acting out some really weird scenes when we had television. So kind of go and look and to see when television was invented. And that's how long you will be clearing the wormhole systems and the black hole systems in your physical body. Um, that was a good one. So it all comes here, and you have to get it out. So you have to speak it out, and it's a purification process. In your throat chakra, from your heart to your throat, and it's the nose and the jaw and your teeth, your mouth, your tongue, everything inside of you. So that will be a deep purification for many years. Many wormhole systems, many black hole systems, and those are what we call parasites. And they have to get out. I always say that looks like the movie of The Exorcist, spewing out. So it's a deep purification, and it's definitely not tolerated in the fifth dimension. And you wouldn't, and when you're fully in the fifth dimension, the physical body, you won't eat. That's all gone by then. Okay, all of that is gone. It is because you're a crystal being. A crystal being doesn't hold parasites. It doesn't hold all of these distortions either. So you have to go through. Some people call it Atlantis, but it's different systems that were set up here. So you have to go through this deep purification for a long time. So when you're holding space for others, just remember that they're purifying this system, and that's it. Now, going back, when you're standing in the field, the light grid and the crystalline light grid, you're exchanging codes. Okay, so just remember you're exchanging codes and templates every time that you have a soul to soul connection and a light connection to someone. When I say that they can come in and then they can departure, because by then you have control as a galactic star being, especially if you can hear everything and hear everything in the body. You would know by then when you exchange that you'll come in an exchange, and that was a beautiful exchange. It's a beautiful exchange, but you can see everything running, and then most likely they will go through a departure where they can come in and out for a year. You might be able to see them a year later, or you won't have to. It really all depends on what frequencies do you feel like you want to allow into your field, into your reality, and into your life. Okay. So if you feel these transmissions, especially if you feel transmissions of anger every time you're talking to somebody, anger and hurt, um, anger and fear, or hatred, where you can just see that their hatred is just coming out of their body, you most likely just want to say that our contracts are completed very nicely to your higher self. And then you're going to have to speak to them in a place of purity without coming into a place of conflict, battle, or fight. Um, to resolve the energy inside of you and just say that we don't have contracts anymore. So that's choosing, right? Now, when you're done, you have to be done. And that's very true. Now, if it holds a contract where you have someone who, in a sense, has a really good hold on you, that one's going to take a little bit longer. And the holds are multiple holds. And you pretty much, yeah, you're in holds and your own holds. Holds in your own holds. You're in a hold. And you will feel it every time that you're in the space with the person. You millions of timelines and you can do everything you want to do, the work if you want, but you will sit there realizing one day that that's your time and energy. One day it'll click. And you'll realize that that dimensional grid no longer serves you anymore. So then you'll have to navigate how to reverse suspend systems. Reverse suspend systems and to see how you're going to get out of your own holds. That this person has a hold on you, people, places, things. People, places, things have a hold on you, but you're in a hold in your own holds. So you have to figure out, like I said, breaking down energy, dissolving energy, breaking up energy, that's fine, breaking up energy, deactivating, dismantling frequencies, but you have to learn, you have to say no. You have to say no. And when you're done, you're really done because that's time and energy. And you'll just see yourself kind of just moving in different geometrics until you're done. And then your higher self will just eventually say, well, most likely, I'm just going to make a big scene if you don't move out of this contract. I'm just going to make it really big. It's going to be really big, like some really big showdown play until you move out of this contract because this person has a hold on you. And every time you have a transmission listening to them, they have anger and hatred coming out of their body, which is the shadow matrix. It's the shadow matrix. Anger and hatred and fear is the shadow matrix going right into your field, right? So just think about that for a minute. It really is just spewing in your crystals for a while. We go through a sensitivity phase, and then you can go back. You can clear and rewrite, but if your higher self is telling you there is no rewrite, there is no rewrite here, okay? You can't rewrite this. You're only rewriting because, and your higher self will show you. And your higher self will teach you how to navigate it, but if you're not hearing it, then your higher self will eventually will say the words, well, I'm just going to create something for you to release this contract. So this has been going on for years, right? If you tune into it, you just haven't had a clear communication with your higher self yet. And it's the dimensional frequency bands that do. It's the frequency, the vibrational frequency, kind of like reverse, if that makes sense. So once you reverse the spins, if you reverse the spin systems, you most likely will be able to figure out how to break up the energies, dissolve the frequencies, deactivate and dismantle it, but eventually you're just going to have to vibrate out of the contracts. The crystals and the diamonds in the plasma, there's a whole crystalline plasma, and there's other systems, there's new galaxy systems coming online. These systems become really sensitive, and that's the reason why that those shadow systems, those shadow matrices, and that's another wormhole system, black hole systems we're talking about, is not going to be able to get through the field systems. Okay. And it's even interesting when you have others that will just project it right in because they know that you're sensitive as an empath. Have you had one of those? Because I've definitely had a few of those come into my field. And they think it's absolutely hilarious to project shadow energy into your body because you're a sensitive being. So that right there is a narcissist. And those contracts you can departure. I've had that too as well. It's really interesting. But I realized I had to observe it for other star beings on the planet. So that's interesting too, right? Belittling and making fun too, making fun of you. So that's all shadow energy, shadow matrix. Those are wormhole systems and black hole systems. So pay attention to those right now. As you become sensitive with your crystals, you say you're going inward, you have to go outward to reverse your spin. Keep your heart fully open, um, and keep the heart system open like this. Keep your field open no matter what is coming into the field, because no one has to be around us at all. You don't have to be in our life, our reality at a certain point, right? Because you can feel it. And that is going to be different levels of activating your galactic star being intelligence within inside of your body. So there's a tuning process. The crystals amplify your heart outwards to reverse the spin systems. And then you'll be able to navigate how am I going to shift these systems out. It's a system of an old matrix, and then you probably could need about 6 months to a year for a rewrite for some contracts, and that's going to be people, places, and things. That's fine. There's elite too. Anyways, I don't like saying that word, but it's okay. There's different networks, and those are networks. They're not physical people, but it's okay. So they're networks, different type of network systems, different systems that we see running. So old matrices in the physical body, if you can reverse suspense, you can vibrate everything out. But 6 months to a year, when you become that sensitive, that you're going to have to most likely really pull away, and you won't have anyone into your field because you are activating new templates, new codes, new bandwidths to be able to reconstruct your new earth kingdoms, new earth kingdoms within. And then you'll see yourself going like this, but you don't have to go back and forth. You can just say no. But some of us don't know how to say no because you're in a hold. You're anchored. You have a lock. You have what you call hooks, but they're not out there. It's within inside of you. Okay, so you're holding your own self. You have your own hooks. No one is doing anything to you. Now, just because somebody has shadow energy, they're purifying. So just remember that too. Eventually, once you're not sensitive anymore, and you go through 6 months to a year of really being in a pure space, a pure high vibrational space, and it's a pure, pure, pure space, then that's different. You'll be able to hold space for ones that hold the shadow systems inside of their body. Shadow matrices was good. So instead of dark energy, it's shadow matrices. You will be able to, but not for that long. We connect to them, density on their body, and I actually enjoy going into all of these places, and to be able to have light exchanges. Even if they hold density in their body, it's okay, but it's only for an hour or 2 hours. It might be for a day, and that's it. Because the systems just won't vibrate, and you'll probably have to stand into your power too. Um, and it's okay if you can hear all the thoughts and whatever comes through, because we're connecting as our ancient selves again. Like I said, the energy bodies, and like a rainbow current. So it's really beautiful. And if anyone has any questions, you can type them in. So you can always type any questions that you have. And I feel like that was good. So goddess Sekhmet waves, purification, and deep, deep purification, but you can sit and you can choose. Kind of choose how to shift your consciousness inside of your physical body. You'll have to play around with it when you really start to hear telepathy. When you start to hear what I call the Akashic records, frequencies, discord frequencies coming in. Can you eat meat? If your body needs it, if you tune into your body. Okay. Can you eat meat? As a galactic star being, It's really all over the place, to be honest with you. Um, it really all depends on what templates are coming in. So years ago, there's just no way. Yeah, it depends on the reconstruction of macro. I know macro, and I'm sorry. It really it depends on, for me anyways. I'm just gonna speak through my experience. It depends on the templates that are being brought in, um, and the reconstruction of the macro cosmonism, macro and micro. I'm sorry, macro and micro cosmonisms in my physical body, and that's the only way that I will see myself going back and forth. Okay. Hmm. See if you can shift your words. Most likely you were clearing that shadow matrix. If you say you were starving yourself, you're clearing the shadow matrix. Okay, because starving is a lower frequency word. There is no starving. That's like a program system from your incarnation. So kind of see if you can shift that word out, and that's most likely what I see you clearing is a shadow matrix. So there's like a tuning and toning. It's pretty much all over the place, but no, for a long time. Vegan, vegan, vegetarian, and then no. Like I said, it's different templates that come in. It's okay. Um, so well, that's fine. Whatever your body wants to tune to so it should, hopefully that will be able to assist you. Um, is that if your body needs it, your body will show you. So most likely, fish and shrimp, heavy meats, no. So chicken and steak and pork and all that stuff. There's no way I'd ever be able to touch it again. Um, the reason why is because I could see not only the fear, I could see how they were raised when I would eat them. So that's why I stopped, because I was actually able to see the Akashic cellular memory of them. Okay. I actually could see like the crystalline structures, and I could see their memories. So I couldn't eat anymore. That was a while ago. And then now we call it the Buddha stage. So I'm definitely in my Buddha stage, which I'm clearing. Obviously, I'm definitely clearing lots of shadow energy. So Buddha stage and birthing stage, Buddha and birthing stage. So that's where I'm at right now. And it's different templates that are coming in, new templates. So it could be fish once in a while, or shrimp. But it has some that to so it's 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 that I'm in this lifetime um to come on to. And that's one of the Veka bodies, the Krystic systems. And that's by choice. So I'm choosing this path, if that makes sense. That's a choice, and you can choose it. So this system is a little bit different. And then after, I believe after that, because I'm able to see my timelines, in a few years it most likely would just be raw food, juicing, smoothies, maybe. Smoothies can be heavy right now for the system. And Planetary plasma system. So the system goes to breatharian, where it just or right now, this purification, birth the Gaia body, Buddha, you'll look like Buddha as you're clearing shadow energy and you blow up in photon. If you you're welcome. So I'm not gonna. I wouldn't see to activate your body movement. So the body just reconnect. It's just that. So it's really beautiful. Yeah, there's one, yeah, ability that is really really strange and might have questions it here and then have it being in and could have mental illness diagnosis is something that actually what I was tuning in. If you know anything about what system about the super quantum computer system or vehicle of light, which most nobody does, right? So most of these children are to it. Diagnosis of with the vehicle of light, and we think but it actually into something new coming this year. This that seer were like the Atlanteans. Solar, their ascension, there was connection first. During civilization, knew that they could have the thing to Starseed knows different people if you kind of to know bodies, especially if you're having, especially if ones, about 20 or 30 people. Children here through space. I'm going to say we space and all spaces. The ability to accommodate. So the vision in the body and vision will come as the Lemurian, and you will if you're there, like you're going through the strip in the physically. You think you're cool, we like them. So it's an ability that any type of visuals that are in and it is it's old and ability. We could see what you or two communicate together. It's called the cool of light. What you would say, the vision, like, we actually receive it, light change, quantum light. So we morph them to what you would be visions. They are visions. You look and out cool. So for lack of being energy, not energy. Energy, what you're feeling in your body is sitting in front of cool. And through a whole patient through that the is doing a few some beautiful things, and then also to not people not, and you frequency, it's really so it's very interested into and then they shift. So eventually it comes out, and then just go about it. So that's probably true. That's it. And there's all different abilities. Like crystalline diamond communication. It is crystalline diamond light two-way communication that are diagnosed with different illnesses are fully on, and they're all fully also assist you if you kind of feel as if it's not being out into um, see what you can do to be more aware from separation and non-judgment. I do have dealers that brought through the lead you to this purpose. Feel as if that will be able to assist you with if you want to, at least about the crystalline body. I do know how to use it. Actually, it's a tool for more types of multidimensional ascent tools. I teach people how to actually use the system. I say use it, but we'll use a different word. How to navigate, how to create with it. So more ascension tools actually people use ability. This is a little bit different. And everyone like will come. you to guide you or be able to assist you with coming in new awareness. Children, you feel like not to under their body, their abilities that they have, but they're having what we call a seer's vision in the body and transmission. They transmit crystal, they transmit and then move on. And children, they'll tell you anything and everything about people, places, and things because they know energy better than time until we can actually remember emergency and wow. So I learned from our children, and then I else to teach you just an art to receiving. Yeah, all right. Everyone had fun. That's about. It seemed like it was a bit really big. Yeah, I think that. On and see if I'm doing a really big coming through again, and we'll go into nation. So, okay, all right.